Jerry West, the former Memphis Grizzlies GM, the legend of logo, recently admitted that Kobe Bryant wanted to go to the Memphis Grizzlies while Jerry was the GM in Memphis, but it was West that told Kobe no? In a recent conversation with Paul George on his podcast, Jerry said Kobe became a free agent and his agent then was Rob Pelinka. Jerry said he met with Rob and Kobe in Orange County in a hotel room, and he said he wanted to come to Memphis and play basketball. And I looked at him, said West, and said, "Are you kidding me? No." And I said, "Kobe, no, you belong somewhere out here." And even though he would have never played there, I just wanted to reassure him that don't feel like you have any obligation with me or the Grizzlies to play here. I guess in some sense there might have been tampering. I didn't look at it as tampering because he was at our house all the time. He ate at my house a lot. I felt like more of a father figure to him. Okay, this story didn't get a lot of headlines, I think for a few different reasons, right? First and foremost, rest in peace to the late, great Kobe Bryant. Number two, this podcast dropped pretty much during the end of the finals. To be fair, we were talking about the Denver Nuggets and their greatness, right? It's Memphis, number three. It's a small market organization. I'm from Memphis, so this one really affects me in a way. So I want to discuss it because nobody else seemed to be talking about this. This is a big deal to me, all right? You have a guy that was supposed to be acting in the best interest of the Grizzlies, not the Lakers, and not Kobe, admitted on a podcast that he had a chance to bring Kobe to Memphis, and he said no. What? And we just gonna let this rock like this man pretty much didn't admit to not doing what's in the best interest of the Memphis Grizzlies? Again, this strikes a nerve with me because Memphis is my hometown. Let me explain to you a few things and a few reasons why Kobe would have been the biggest of deals in Memphis. Number one, at the time that Jerry is speaking about, when he was the general manager, Memphis was still a fairly new franchise. From Vancouver over to Memphis was not an easy transition. Grizzlies could have used a box office name like Kobe Bryant. Number two, Memphis was struggling to sell tickets. They were transitioning from the Pyramid to the FedEx Forum. I know who could have helped. Number three, it's Kobe Bryant. He was arguably, to me, was the best player in the league around the time that Jerry told Kobe, don't come to Memphis. Number four, personally speaking, he could have been a really big deal to Memphis on a lot of levels. I just think overall a guy like Kobe would have boosted the morale. Number five, the Lakers were not good. I'm a Laker diehard fan. Trust me, I know. I'm a Lakers fan from Memphis. I know both sides of this puzzle. I mean, I'm on a personal level, number six, I ended up leaving Memphis and going to college elsewhere. If Kobe is playing for the Memphis Grizzlies, my life could have been different. I love Kobe. Everybody knows he's my favorite of all time. I think it's ridiculous that Jerry West got on that podcast and admitted that. That's something you should keep to yourself. And since we're talking about Jerry West, I want to take this video somewhere else respectfully to the OG. You are the NBA logo. You represent the league on levels that nobody else can. You're literally the logo of the league. You are literally the most physical representation of the league. And you admitting that you pretty much hampered the integrity of the product is very bad. A very bad look. You just lucky that it involved Memphis. Like, let's say, for an example, if it were Memphis that had Kobe Bryant throughout the early parts of his career and Jerry West was the general manager in LA and Kobe flew to Jerry West and it was Jerry that told him, yo, I don't want you to go to the Lakers. You should stay in Memphis. Obviously, because the Lakers are the more national team, then this story would have created a lot more buzz. And there are other obviouses in the room that we need to discuss from the standpoint of Jerry West ended up making a trade a year or so later as the Grizzlies GM that a lot of people feel like he got ducked in. Are we going to forget the fact that the Grizzlies traded the best player their franchise ever seen in Pau Gasol for Kwame Brown in my Stephen A. Smith voice and a pick and the rights to Marc Gasol, which Marc ended up being a really good player. We didn't know that at the time, no. Marc was a project. I don't even think Marc was on the Lakers when the Grizzlies traded him. I think he was still in Spain. I think the Grizzlies traded for the rights to Marc Gasol. Marc ended up being a phenomenal player, but be clear, a lot of people felt like the Grizzlies got ducked in that trade. That's a bad look for those two things to be associated with Jerry West and the Memphis Grizzlies. Bro, you better not come to Memphis. Seriously, like don't think you good in Memphis with doing trades and telling Kobe don't come to Memphis. That offends me on a lot of levels. That offends me. Kobe was gonna go wherever Jerry was at. He rocked with Jerry. And it was Jerry that told him don't come to Memphis. So let me take this conversation a step further. This is one that I've been having behind the scenes for a very long time. Jerry West is the NBA's logo. I think it's time to change that, respectfully. How about going a different direction? You have a lot of different people you could choose from that, to me, would represent that logo a little better than Jerry does, especially with, to me, having integrity-based claims under his name. That's integrity. To be represent that logo, you are literally the most physical representation of the NBA that we got. You are the NBA's logo. I'd rather it be Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, one at every level that he played at. He's a great representation of the league. Okay, now Kareem, how about the obvious in the room? Michael Jordan, he's probably the game's greatest player, definitely the game's most legendary player. When you think basketball, you think about him, you think about his shoe. Jordan's logo might be a little too much to ever transition with the NBA. I understand that, right? So if not Jordan, how about LeBron? His logo doesn't stand out anywhere near as much as Jordan's. He's been the face of the NBA for a long time. How about going that direction? Or how about this, since we're talking about the late, great Kobe? How about make Kobe Bryant the logo? It clearly was a guy who you had it. He had your ear. You had his ear. Clearly was a guy you loved, Jerry. Obviously, he passed away, which makes it even more special to a lot of NBA fans all over. Kobe was a great player. That seems to be an easy transition for the NBA. I need Jerry off that logo. That's what I need. I don't like hearing about this. It disrespects me as a fan. Nobody's talking about this, but I'm going to bring some attention to this. That is a ridiculous thing to admit. Are you kidding me?